Let's see. I think she's on the way.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hi again.
Hello again. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, Alice, for accepting doing this session in English as well. Because I'm always told off because most of my videos are in Portuguese. I try also to do subtitles in English, but obviously the live sessions, they've been most of the time in Portuguese. So it's unfair for my English clients and for my English followers that don't understand anything. It's really hard. So I will promise that I'll keep that in mind, and I will try once my guests agree to have double sessions. So we do the Portuguese and now we do the English. So everybody can have the opportunity to listen to us. Thank you so much, Alice. Tell me a little bit about yourself for those who don't know you.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Alice. I am a personal coach. Living in London, so yeah, so I started this journey of healthy lifestyle. I don't remember, Joana, 2015, 16, something like that.
Yeah, it was a few years ago.
So yeah, I started the journey. I remember at the time I lost 14 kilos. And it was not just a change to lose weight, but it was also a lifestyle change. So my idea at the time was because I really needed that change, just because I had this injury in my knee, and I remember I shared that with Joana because I couldn't walk at the time, as everyone will just go and walk. But at the time I had like some moments I really had to stop, even like going to work. So that was a moment like of a decision that my lifestyle needed to change definitely and drastically. So then I start the journey of food wise, and as soon as I could get back to the exercise, then I started, and that I still have that till today. So I still exercise 6 days a week. So I go to the gym 6 days a week. And yeah, so that was my journey.
How you started, yes. So at that time I remember you were feeling down, especially because you couldn't move so much as before. Your weight was increasing, your mobility was reducing because you had a problem on your knee as well, and obviously the excessive weight wasn't helping you, was even making more difficult. And living in London, you walk a lot, isn't it, going to work? We walk a lot in London, so it's normal that you felt frustrated and you need to do something. So that's when you asked for professional help and you came to me, and we worked together, I think a year, wasn't it? We worked together. So it wasn't like this quick turnover. It took time.
Yeah, it took time, but it was a beautiful journey. It was not always easy, but it was a journey that I knew I needed to do it. For my health, for me to be able to have a life, basically, to be able to do simple things as walking. That I love walking. So I came from a military background, so I exercise a lot. So I was really used to exercise a lot. So when that happened, I felt that to my core. It was really like, oh my God, how come I can't walk? I have to do something. So then we stayed for a year. I remember that the beginning was a bit harder for me. Just because you're so used to do things without thinking. You just, go to the supermarket, you buy the same old things. You don't think, and you end up on the autopilot of not you make the decision, but you're not thinking about it, you're not planning. So I think when we start, that was hard for me and very rewarding, because it's a lesson that I carry until today. and I use that until today, which is the main lesson is really like plan and organize my food. So during the week, so for me, when I plan, even if I'm hungry, I'm not going to make a bad decision on the food that I'm going to eat, because first of all, I stopped buying any junk food, so I don't have either like sugar or anything that isn't healthy. I just stopped buying them to have them at home, so that it stopped to be an option for me. So it's not an option. The second one is really planning. So I remember at the time I was working, so I was working full time, and so I was cooking on a Sunday, so I was cooking for the whole week. So I always prepare like a soup, and then I prepare my protein, my vegetables. I remember that was also a challenge. There's some vegetables that I was not like used to eat them, but then Joana always suggested like try, and then I tried, and then I tried different ways, and then I like it. Just because you're so used to do things in certain way that you stop challenging yourself to do things differently. So I think when we started, that was a challenge, and it was rewarding at the same time, because I really learned how to try different things. Even if it's like you try boil, you don't like it, bake them. You don't like that, just do a soup with that. Just like add that to your meal, and yeah, that was really, really good.
So those learnings that it happened 4 years ago, 5 years ago, you're still doing them. So it was an education process that happened there, and you never forgot any of those learnings. So you're still practicing. And even with the pandemic, I know that lots of people went through hard times. Some people lost a job, some people moved to a different job, some people saw their salary being reduced, and that's hard. If you are trying to maintain a healthy weight, or even if you're trying to lose, but here we're talking about how to keep motivation to keep a healthy lifestyle. So in this case, you were on the stage last year to keep a healthy weight, and you, as everybody here, we've been through these restrictions that made hard to keep us motivated. And we wanted to know from your experience, what did you do? So did your routine completely change? Did you try to keep the same routine, and in this way you were feeling motivated? How was it? Because you were on the stage where you were just going to the gym 6 times a week, you were planning, organizing your meals, you were going to work every day, and then suddenly everything stopped. We are at home, we can't go out even for shopping. No gym, nothing. And people sometimes, I think they got really stressed, and they just kind of forgot everything and went back to old habits. So how did you manage this stressful situation? Because I know you had big changes in your life as well. You're starting your own career full time as a personal coach. So that is on its own can be a little bit stressful, because it's a big change. So what did you do to keep yourself motivated during last year and during this year as well, but especially last year when you had stressful situations like everybody did as well?
So during the first lockdown, for me was as you were saying, my lifestyle was, well, I was going to the gym in the morning, so I was going to the gym 6 days a week, and then go to my full-time job, and that was my routine with my social life, everything. And then when lockdown came, my biggest challenge was to have the right. I was still eating the same portions as I would eat if I'm going to the gym. And I was doing nothing because I was at home all the time. So I was in the sofa, either on the sofa or in bed. So it was not, I was not like using as much calories as before. So, but that took me about 2 to 3 months to realize that something was off, and I could stop. But then again, for me, it was more the the process that we spend, Joana, of a year, because it needs to be a re-education of your lifestyle, and then once you embrace that, it becomes normal, it becomes your routine, it becomes your life. So it's not, you can challenge can happen, but once you have that education, then it becomes your normal. So you even I still don't have junk food at home, so I don't buy. It's not an option, so I don't eat. So all the emotional eating, I don't have that anymore. But then again, it's a process that you will learn, and then you kind of get that as your second nature, in a sense. So for me, during first lockdown, the challenge that I faced was really the portions, but then I could adjust.
How about your routine that we talked about? So did you change your routine completely, or did you still kept some of your routine? Because I think that could help with motivation as well. If we
yes, so I kept on sleeping. So I had these moments of a bit of anxiety. I think everyone went through the same, because of the certainty of what's going to happen, because no one knew what's going to happen. So I was like, everyone is at home, so now what? So I had a bit of anxiety at the beginning, but then you know, trying to so I spent a lot of time reading, and that helped me a lot. So
what kind of books did you read?
So it goes all about self-motivation, coaching, NLP at the moment. I read some books about Maya Angelou. So yeah, so I read like a lot. So I did not have the time, because I had a lot of time. So I used that time to read, which was good. But I think sleeping is important. I kept the routine of sleeping more or less the same time. So going to bed early, waking up early. Exercise-wise, well, the first 2 months I was really tired, mostly because I was working full-time. And I was also going to the gym. So the first 2 months I was really like enjoying being at home, because I was really tired. So I kind of relaxed a little bit then. But then after that, I did not went back to the routine of, you know, exercising every day. But I kept, you know, conscious that I needed to do something. So I respect myself when I was not feeling 100%. But then I always kept in mind that I had to do something. So instead of doing the 1 hour and a half that I used to do at the gym, so I start doing 20 minutes. I start following videos on YouTube. Some of the instructors I liked, some others I didn't. So I kind of follow the ones that I liked, and yeah. So, you know, just being gentle with myself, just respecting when the energy was low. So I haven't done the, you know, the YouTube videos. I went for a walk, so I did like different things. But I think when you have a healthy lifestyle, you can go off track a little bit, but you will never go that.
Yes. Because it has been a year of hard work. So all those healthy habits, you already create them.
Yeah.
So during the lockdown, you didn't went off track. You just adapted. Yes. But you kept all the good habits. This helped the motivation as well, I think, didn't it? Because you didn't felt like motivated at all. You didn't like give up on everything that you created. You just adjusted. And we don't need to be perfect. We don't need to be eating healthy 100% every day. We don't need to be exercising 100% every day. Sometimes we need to adjust, but we should always keep what we learned on track. We should always be conscious what we're doing, what are our food choices. And once the workout wasn't possible anymore for 1.5 hours, you adjusted and you're doing 20 minutes. So it's kind of, you didn't stop completely, you just adjusted a little bit more. Your routine, you kept your routine. That's also important. So you're waking up early, reading in the morning, that motivational books as well. It's something that I really like as well, motivational books to keep us motivated. And what else? I think we talked about in the previous life about meditation, wasn't it? And some breathing techniques.
Yes.
Did you use that every day?
Yeah, so that was one of, then again, that came just because I was feeling a bit anxious, and then I decided to do a bit of research, and then came across the breathing techniques, which I start adapting that in my morning. So I will wake up and then, you know, be aware of myself and the breathing, and you know, reading a little bit in the morning to kind of start the day really slow, and just create that mood for the day, and that will help you kind of you know, have that balance, not rushing or stressing of something that you don't have control about. And instead of doing that, just focus on myself and try to create that positive energy from the morning. And we spoke as well about when you start the day like that, you kind of, you know, start the day with good decisions, and that will follow to better decisions. And you know, you don't rush, you don't react to situations, you start responding to them, and you start, like, you know, from there, you know, you organize your day, you know, you can organize your meal and start preparing that if you don't have them already prepared. In my case, because I live alone, so it's I kind of cook in bulks for the week, so that kind of take out of my shoulders the pressure of you know, have to stop everything that I'm doing to cook for half an hour, 1 hour, whatever. So I have already pre-made, so the salad I wash them and put in the box, so it's ready, so I don't have that like, oh, I don't want to wash the salad, so it's already prepared. I have the protein cooked. I have always like vegetables, mix of vegetables. I have them, like, I cook them in the oven. So I always have like healthy options already prepared, so I don't stress myself. I don't you know, jump to the first thing that I see right in front of me. So yeah, that's
even Alice, even during the lockdown, did you still were cooking in batches and keeping the food prepared? Were you still doing that?
Yes, yeah. So I always did like max till so 5 days. I cook for 5 days, and then I always have that food. And then, you know, like when it ran out, I just cook more. And now I don't have that pressure to be on the Sunday, because it's not like, you know, I'm working for myself, so I'm working at home, so I can kind of adapt that. But before, when I was working full time, so my days off, usually one day I will take like at least 2 to 3 hours to do all the prep for the week.
Okay, so how to keep motivated? We already talked about a few ideas here that really helped Alice. So one thing is trying to keep a routine, even if your life is changing. At least go to bed and wake up always at the same time. It really helps you to have some time to plan and to start the day on a positive note. So Alice was reading motivational books in the morning, starting the day on a positive note, doing some breathing exercises, and as well planning. That's another thing that you're doing, planning and cooking in batch. So that is really strategies that can help anybody that wants to start a healthy lifestyle and to maintain. So these are not just tips to lose weight. These are tips that can help you lose weight if you want to lose weight, but also to keep a healthy weight during stressful times, because stress is going to come always. This is something we can't avoid. But what we can control is how we react to that stress. And these strategies can really help you. planning, start the day with a positive note, read motivational books, breathing exercises. And there is another thing that you talked about before, which is the gratitude diary. Being grateful for what you did on that day, even if your objective was to lose weight on that week. Perhaps you didn't lose weight, but after you still be grateful. Yes.
Yeah. So that was one thing that it helped me a lot, which was to just be conscious of the positive things that you do. We mentioned when I was in the process to lose weight, and on that week I remember that I haven't lost any weight, and I was very frustrated with that. And I spoke with you, Joana, and you said, well, you did not lose anything, but you did not gain as well. So it's just for us not to be so focused in something that we can't see anything else. So if perhaps you go for a walk, just thank yourself for that. Thank yourself for doing the effort to do something good for yourself. If you're reading, just thank yourself for give the opportunity for you to learn something different, to see a different perspective. Small things, you go shopping, you buy healthy food, you kind of you avoid the temptation of buying junk food or unhealthy food. Just thank yourself. So I'm grateful because I resist to buy what I always buy, or these sweets or whatever. So just I think it's really important, really important for us to be aware of the small positive things that we do every day.
Yes, and be grateful that we are healthy and we are practicing healthy habits every day.
Yeah.
And because that will encourage positive actions as well. If we start a day being grateful and focusing in what you have, access to healthy food, access to many things that other people don't have, and you have, and you are healthy. So you came from a stage where you weren't able even to walk.
Yeah.
And now you can walk. Why would you be frustrated? You should be also grateful that you did amazing progress, and you should just now keep it. And yes, it's hard. Sometimes, we mentioned before, you kind of need to force yourself a little bit when you don't feel like doing something or going out for a walk. You don't feel like, because it's normal. The easiest way is not doing anything. That's always the easiest way. So we need to kind of listen to ourselves as well, but have that conversation, isn't it, what I talked before, with ourselves, and saying, no, I'm gonna go for a walk because I know I'm gonna feel better after that. And that's the sensation that we want to focus on. Not that I don't feel like it's gonna be too much effort, or it's too cold. No, you need to focus how I'm gonna feel. I can walk, I'm gonna feel great, so I'm gonna actually go. And after you're going, be grateful for that you actually went. That will encourage again a positive action later on.
Yeah, I agree. Yes, indeed. Yeah.
So just to finalize our session, just to have 3 tips as kind of a conclusion. What you would recommend, or what worked for you, 3 things that really made a difference in keeping yourself motivated to follow a healthy lifestyle. Even you already lost the weight you wanted to lose, you are now on stage of keeping your weight, and with stress and everything changing in your life, how 3 things that you think are really important just to keep your motivation?
The first thing to keep the motivation is the one that we just spoke, and for me it worked beautifully, because I still use that today, and I really pass that to my clients as well, because I think it's something that is positive. You can't just wait for the motivation to come from external stimulation. It needs to come from you. So I think when you grateful for the positive that you do, when you're grateful and you have this capacity to understand when you do great and be aware of that, that's the main step. I think it's very positive, and you should try if you never try. I made some notes here, and being gentle with yourself. You know, as we were speaking before, it's like literally just listen to your body, understand like when you're not feeling 100%, you're not feeling 100%, but always be aware that like tomorrow you might feel better. So just, you know, think that, push yourself a little bit. Don't let go to the easy way, as Joana was saying, that it's just like do nothing. If you're not feeling 100% today, you know, like, but tomorrow will be a better day. So, you know, keep that motivation, that spirit of tomorrow you can do something for yourself. If it's not like a 1 hour session of exercise, just do 10 minutes, just do 20 minutes, or go for a little walk. And then again, just, you know, thank yourself for the effort. And the other one is literally just, you know, challenge the negative thoughts that you have. We all have them all the time. We grow up with them and it's part of us, but the good thing is that we can change that. We can challenge those negative thoughts and make them work for us in a good way. So yeah, I think those are the three ones that is really like a mindset changer, and it can really help you, you know, to keep going. And even if you stop one day, you know that the next day will be better. So yeah.
I really like your tips, and it's good to hear this from you, because all these tips, all this advice, I keep saying to my clients as well, but coming from you, from your side, is also powerful, because you are practicing every day and you have a story behind it. You had a story of weight loss and now keeping your weight after so many years, because that's my goal as a dietitian as well, is to motivate and to help people to achieve the nutrition goal and to maintain.
Yes.
Because that's also difficult, is to maintain, because usually people drop on weight, go back to old habits, goes, you know, the weight goes back up and then down. So, but the road for the success is not always a linear process. It's okay to have ups and downs, but at the same time, you need to see some progress and maintain the good habits, because as I mentioned before, the old habits, they don't go away, they're going to still be there. You just need to replace them by the new ones. And to keep motivated, there are little things that you can do every day. We gave here very good tips that worked for Alice, and some of them I'm actually doing for myself as well, like waking up early, reading in the morning, having a gratitude diary. I like doing yoga as well, some movement. So all this will give a positive mindset to start the day. So you will then want to do positive choices, good choices. So that's also important. Not only knowing what to eat, but to keep motivated and to know, you know, what's healthier, and not just knowing, but actually making that choice. And sometimes could be difficult. So managing the stress by doing these activities, as we mentioned before, will help you to do healthy choices. Alice,
and
thank you so much.
Sorry. No, I was just saying, like, I always say to people that when you start the journey with a nutritionist, it can never be just to lose weight, you know, because it's not like, it's not something that you will just do it for a period of time and then you'll stop. It needs to be something that it needs to be incorporate with your life, with what you do. So the good thing about working with a nutritionist is because, you know, you go through your life and your style and what you do and your routine, and you adapt all the foods with what you currently do. You know, it needs to be like a long-term process, you know, and as you say, go ups and downs, but the main goal, it needs to be really to look after yourself and give the right food to your body, so you kind of avoid later on to, you know, be on meds and you know, spending a lot of money, and then you don't have your health, which is the most important thing that we have. We should definitely look up to that.
Yes, without any doubt. Thank you so much, Alice. Where can people find you? On Instagram, I guess?
Yes, Instagram is the easiest way. I also have my website. If you want to leave a message there, you can. I will see it. So it's Alice dos Santos Coach. Or the Instagram as well. You just added that, so people can reach me out. Drop me a text, and I'll answer to everyone.
Okay, Alice. And the program, the workshop you're doing, is it just for Portuguese, or is it going to be in English as well?
It will be in English, but it's not going to be ready now. So the Portuguese version will be ready in 7th of July, but then the English version will be ready after that. But then I'll have a date. I don't have a date yet, but as soon as I have a date, I will let everyone know.
Wow, fantastic! I put it here. Your website. I hope it's correct.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for everybody that assisted this live. I will save it so you can watch later on. And thank you so much, Alice, for accepting to do both sessions in Portuguese and in English.
Okay. My pleasure.
It's been a pleasure talking to you and being a witness of such transformational life, and now seeing how you're keeping your healthy lifestyle. I'm very proud and also very grateful as well for that.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your help.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.